I love whenever I hear the phrase, just trust your gut, because whenever somebody utters it, they do so with this idea that trusting their gut is this surefire way, this foolproof way to always come up with the best idea, to always find the best solution to any problem, and to always walk down the proper path. And in my experience, this is complete and utter BS, not because your gut isn't powerful, not because your gut isn't going to send you incredible insights and give you remarkable ideas, but because in practice, what people are actually referring to whenever they say, just trust your gut, is your animal instincts, your fleshly desires. This is what in practice people do when they listen to their gut. They're not listening to their conscience. They're not listening to God speaking. They're not listening to the universal storehouse, sending them ideas, putting images in their head, painting vivid scenes within their mind's eye that they could potentially manifest into reality through the proper work and channeling. No, they're not listening to that at all. They're listening to their animal instincts, which, in the case of human beings, because we have a mind, because we have this abstract self that thinks in symbols and remembers the past, listening to your instincts, listening to your gut, which isn't your gut at all, comes down to listening to your biases. Now, where this becomes destructive is whenever somebody says, just listen to your gut. Just listen to what your gut says. Your gut will not fail you. It will tell you what to do. And you listen to your gut. And by listening to your gut, you end up accusing your partner of stepping out on you. You end up accusing your business partner of embezzling funds, doing something nefarious, something shady. You accuse a friend of doing XYZ because your gut tells you there's something shady here. There's something suspicious. There's something off. There's something wrong. And your gut was completely off. Your gut sent you down a really bad trail, a trail you did not have to traverse, a trail you shouldn't have traversed. Now, shouldn't have, that's a whole different conversation, because maybe you had to walk down here to figure out that listening to your guts wasn't a good idea. But in any case, your guts sent you in the wrong direction, or sent you in a direction you didn't want to go down, a direction you didn't have to go down, because your guts was just your biases. You wanted to see something in that person that wasn't there. You wanted to see a problem when there wasn't a problem. And the reason why you wanted to see that was because you have work to do. You have emotions that you're dealing with. You have insecurities you're dealing with. You feel fragile. You feel vulnerable. That's why your guts told you that they were acting nefarious. Your partner was being a little bit weird. Why are they at the office so late? Oh, they must be cheating on me. No. Perhaps they're actually just working. Now, of course, there are so many examples where listening to your gut does happen to be right. But it's not because you got this insight from God. It's not because you got your insight from conscience. No, it's because you happen to get lucky. Now, of course, lucky and good, that's a whole different conversation as well. Does it matter? Perhaps it does, perhaps it doesn't. That's up for you to decide. But what I'm communicating here with you is that there's a difference between listening to your biases, your animal instinct, your gut, and listening to conscience, God, the universe, which is actually your gut. Listening to your conscience, listening to God, listening to the universe is incredibly powerful. It will never steer you wrong. It will always send you in the right direction, even if that direction is not the direction your ego wants to go in. But it's very difficult to determine which one is which. And in my life, I have struggled with this. I really fell for the notion that I need to listen to my guts. And listening to my gut led me down this path where I began to see that perhaps the animal instincts are very powerful. Perhaps the animal instincts are something I should really give into, something that I should allow to take a little bit of charge, a little bit of control. And that led me in a direction I wasn't too keen on, a direction that, while it made me feel powerful, it made me feel strong, it made me feel vital, it didn't leave me rooted in God. And even if you feel powerful and vital, you're not going to get 100% of who you are. And you're not going to feel as good, and you're not going to go all the way to where you want to go. You're not going to reach the destination. You're not going to arrive. You're not going to break through your plateau. There's always going to be a cap on how high you can fly, because I really do believe you can touch the sun. You can go all the way up. Icarus was not wrong. Icarus was just in the wrong state of mind. He had bad intentions. He wasn't doing it for the glory of God. He wasn't doing it for the glory of the universe. He was doing it to serve his own ego. The reason why Icarus falls is not because his wings melt due to the idea being bad. It's because of the intention behind the idea. And this goes into a whole nother conversation about intentionality. How important is that? I believe it's very important. Though there is a case that intentionality doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, results are results. And whatever happens, well, that's real life stuff that has to be dealt with. There are real ramifications for that. But with that being said, let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your experiences are dealing with gut versus gut, meaning instinct versus God. Have you listened to instinct? Have you listened to God? Have you gotten them mixed up? I'm sure you have, because as human beings, it's very difficult to determine which one is which, since they sound so similar. But as you walk the path and as you root yourself firmer into God and you really make a commitment to staying in the present moment, to seeing the divine all around you, to making every single move in your life one that serves the creation, that serves the greater world, that serves humanity, that serves the biosphere, anything you can name that is holistic and beautiful, albeit very mighty and potentially destructive to human life, you find that it becomes easier and easier to discern. So with that, I say, God bless. Channel from God, not your instincts, and continue to walk the path, because by walking the path becomes even easier to walk. That simple, but not easy. I'll see you in the next one.